Ethos of Silence.
A veteran podcast aims to amplify the voices of veterans, creating a safe space for authentic conversations about their experiences, challenges, and triumphs. We seek to break the stigma surrounding mental health and foster community support, resilience, and understanding. Through storytelling, expert insights, and candid discussions, we strive to inspire healing, promote awareness, and empower veterans on their journeys.
Welcome. There we go. Now we're live. You ready, KG?
I'm ready. Live at 5. Who ready?
At 5? Shit, I wish it was only 5 o'clock. That'd be nice.
Alcoholics, I'm thinking 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, it's
Shut
always
it up,
5
guys.
o'clock somewhere.
No. Alcohol free for me.
What?
Yep, took way
No.
too much time to achieve that, not letting anything get in between that.
KG, you done rubbed off on me, man. I went free for too long. I'm going to have to start drinking again.
Oh, congratulations, Tim.
Thank you. See? That's an achievement. I got a congratulations out of this guy.
Yeah, that's a great doorway into wisdom.
So who's your friend you invited? Well, welcome back to Ethos of Silence.
Welcome back, everybody.
Host here, Tim Loucks. We got KG, the unofficial co-host.
I knew he was going to say that.
Always. And then, let's see. He's the one who lines up all the guests. So tell me about your guests. What we got going on?
Everybody, this is my friend Tim Collins. Tim Collins is our guest today, and we're just chit-chatting with him, just like you previously see it in all of our episodes. We are going to be starting off today just maybe getting into whatever may be pinned and just doing some light, candid conversations.
Nope. Check.
Yeah, me moving that dresser right there wasn't a great thing.
That's all right. It is what it is. All right. Well.
Retake?
Nah, we're good. We're good.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Ethos of Silence.
Yeah, Ethos of Silence. Your host
co-host,
here, Tim
Kevin
Loucks.
Gomez.
Yo, co-host. How about that?
Awesome. So
tell me about our guest.
We got set up today with us Mr. Tim Collins. Tim Collins is a guest with us today. He's going to be doing some candid conversations with us, chit-chatting back and forth about what's been going on in his life, just like the rest of us have been talking about what's been going on in our lives. So, Tim, tell us just some light stuff. You served in the military.
Where were you born? Where were you raised?
Yeah, we do that.
Born in Baltimore, Maryland, raised in Bedford, Indiana.
Okay. How in the hell are you in Louisiana talking to me right now?
That's the food,
I was down
man.
here working and fell in love with one of them damn Southern girls.
There it is. There it is.
Southern Belles.
And then
Nobody
we
can
had
blame you
kids,
for that.
and I had to follow.
Oh yeah.
You'll never get a thumbs down. That's it right there. Cajun Queens.
No, I tried the college thing out after high school. Wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
That didn't pan out. Didn't have near enough discipline. And so me and my buddy are sitting in the recruiter's office one day, Army recruiters, and we're like, hey,
First choice.
we're going to join the Army.
Yeah.
And the recruiter gets up, and he goes to get some paperwork or something, and I hear all this hooping and hollering going on across the hall in the Marine recruiter's office. And I was a wrestler in high school, so I used to be able to blow out pull-ups like it wasn't nobody's business.
Yes,
They were over there
indeed.
having a pull-up contest. And so I went in there and ripped out about 25 of them, and you could see the recruiters just crying. They're like, oh, I want him.
He's mine, yeah.
A month later, I was in boot camp, and I graduated 1 month before 9/11.
Oh wow.
Oh, my.
Wow.
What
That
timing.
is crazy.
1 month before 9/11.
I was in infantry school out at at Camp Pendleton.
What you know about that Camp Pendleton there, TJ?
I don't know anything about Camp Pendleton. I went to Camp Pendleton to do some training with aircrafts rolling over and doing the swim to get out of the airframes before you go out on the Muse. That's the only time I've ever been to Camp Pendleton was do that training.
Oh, you went to Canary Island, huh?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So you passed up on the number one choice of the Army.
Oh, yeah.
And then
As soon as I looked in the corner and I saw
Man.
them blues, that's all she wrote.
Yes,
That
indeed,
is all she
man.
wrote.
And I never even got a pair of them. 4 years in the Marine Corps, I never got a pair.
Never bought your pair of dress blues and went to the ball?
Nah. I was a Terminal Lance that was looking like there for a while.
Terminal Lance, huh?
I kept getting I made it to corporal finally, but I kept getting non-rec for drinking.
Yeah.
So I couldn't afford them.
Sounds like a Marine thing to do.
Yeah. Well, they taught me.
Yeah. So, how was your service? What was your MOS? You were in the infantry?
Yep, 0313, light
Okay.
armored vehicle crewman. Started as a driver, ended up as a gunner.
Awesome. Well, you came in right after 9/11, so I mean, I know you probably had some conflict you jumped into, huh?
Yeah, I was over there for the initial invasion in 03.
Okay.
We floated over that first time. Before that, I was doing back-to-back double caxes out of 29 Palms. And for some reason, they had the other half of our unit going to Norway or something, doing cold weather training.
Yeah.
I missed out on that, but we sat there in the desert until March when we crossed the line of departure, and that first trip was a quick 6 months. Went through Nazaria all the way up to Tikrit. Came back for about 7 months. Went back over there a second time. Got hurt my second time, IED, and I was done. That was
Okay.
it. I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So 6 months in, and so right after 9/11, you jumped in about the end of the year. Oh no, you did the push, so that would have been March 03.
Yeah, I was. We sat there. We got called off Christmas leave early that year.
Yeah.
And within like 48 hours, we were on USS Kearsarge, cutting gator squares to Kuwait.
There you
Okay,
go.
so you guys sat in Kuwait for a little while with
Yeah.
us. That's where all the big tent city was.
Yeah, where were we? I think I was on Camp Shoup, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Well, they kept us kind of contained. I wouldn't have known Army, and I guess our bases wouldn't, more than less were probably further apart than they were closer.
Yeah.
So, but we sat there. Did you get your smallpox shot there too, or no?
I got that on a ship.
Yeah, was that fun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Love getting stabbed in the arm multiple times until I bleed.
no doubt.
Yeah, well,
104
the best
degrees
part
fever.
about the smallpox shot on the ship is the living quarters on the ship with everybody having those pussy-ass smallpox shots
Oh,
while you're in the showers and
Yeah.
everything else going on.
And they had us hot
I never
racking.
thought about
Oh,
it
yeah,
that
yeah.
way.
They had us like
Hot
like
racking?
10 deep
Hot
in,
racking.
What is hot racking?
taking turns in the rack because there's too many dudes
many-
and not enough beds.
I
Oh,
sleep at
okay.
night. I get nighttime. You
okay.
get daytime hours.
Okay. Yeah, I have to remember this is a ship. You guys are an amphibious, fighting force mainly. So, yeah, wow.
Tell you
okay.
what, best sleep I ever had in my life though.
Yeah.
I fall asleep in the chow hall line just rocking like a baby.
So the ship's rocking.
Oh,
doing it.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's nice.
Right on. So yeah, I was there March 3. So cut the orders and the berm gets pushed over.
Yeah,
Combat Engineer Battalion. We push forward. And you Marines are hauling butt.
yeah. And Scud missiles started flying. We knew it was on. They sent us up to the
I
line
did
of
see the
departure
Scuds.
like 3 different times.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they get Marines worked up before you go.
Oh, yeah,
into
yeah.
some shit. Or pardon me.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And
No,
so
you're
every
good.
time they'd send us back, we're like, Lord, because we're all getting frustrated out there in the desert. We got nothing to do, and they keep the Marines mad all the time.
Yeah.
Just because that's their job. And by the time they turned us loose and let that leash off, dude, it was just whoa.
Yeah, you guys got way ahead. So you were in track
LAV.
equipment? LAV at that
Light
time?
armored vehicle 25s.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely saw the Scuds coming in, and I saw the Patriot missile battery set up. That was lighting up the sky.
So, do you get a chance to call in any airstrikes? See anything cool happen?
No, my first time, I sat in the driver's seat
Okay.
until we hit Nazaria, and I got to watch the Blackhawks come in and destroy that freaking town, man. It was like something out of Star Wars. I'd never seen a display of power that awesome in my life.
Nighttime, daytime?
Oh, it was nighttime.
Oh,
and
that's
they're,
awesome.
they're shooting them tow missiles and 50 cows, and it's just
Yeah.
there's
Tracers and
nothing
everything
moving out there
flying.
anymore.
Something out of a movie, huh?
It was awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Nazarene.
Then we pushed on up, sat in Babylon for a little bit. I got to see that. That was pretty cool. Moved on up to Tikrit. My second tour, I was in, Haswa. Iskandaria. And we moved on up towards Fallujah. I missed the Fallujah battle, thank God, but
Yeah.
we weren't too far south of it.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that. Back up for a second on your first one with me, because I remember pushing up, heading north, and everybody's hauling tail because we're trying to get as far north as we can.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming from the north, somebody's coming from the west. Were you the guys in the LAVs that were just making it laughter? Y'all were making signs when we were passing up by you. Like,
I forgot all about that. Yeah.
I think before the flood, I had pictures, and I wonder if you might have been in those pictures when we passed
There's
you guys.
a real good chance.
You guys got so far ahead that I think there wasn't even Apache support near you.
No.
The Apaches came up, they would fuel up, and they would come back, and we couldn't set them down. So now you know that was our first mission with the combats, and you guys got so far ahead all the way up to Baghdad.
Yeah.
You guys took back. You guys took Iraq. Is really what it comes down to.
I don't know about all that.
Wow. That's how far y'all was getting. Man, that's incredible. How two stories intertwine.
Yeah. That is awesome.
But this, yeah. So your second tour, you were saying
you got hit by that IED. How was your recovery? How was the transition coming out? How was all of that? What's life like post the military?
Well, I stayed. I spent like a month in Baghdad. I had a piece of shrapnel hit the back of my head, and I had flash burns on me. So I spent a little bit of time in the Baghdad hospital.
Okay.
Which was interesting. But my vehicle commander, he got hurt real bad. He had a piece of shrapnel blow through his ankle and into his right knee. And he got sent on to Germany and then back to Bethesda. I like to joke with him. He got his Purple Heart pinned on by President Bush. Mine got FedExed after I was out. I come back from that second tour what was that? I come back in March. I got out of the Marine Corps on terminal leave in April. So I went from coming back from combat to becoming a civilian within a month and a half.
And
wow.
No net.
Nothing. Nothing, man. That was an interesting transition.
That's the big thing we talk about.
They didn't have any SEPs or TAPs or any of that stuff.
We did SEPs and TAPs, but it really wasn't here. Here's how you fill out an application for a new job.
Don't shoot yourself. Don't shoot nobody else. Go get a job, right?
Yeah. And so that's what I did.
Don't get in any trouble.
I tried to do that.
Yeah, that's trouble.
No, it was, if I'd have known then what I know now, I'd have went and got some help as soon as I got out.
Yeah, by far.
Because the next 20 years of my life was nothing but hell.
Yeah, but it just doesn't work out that easy, man.
What do you mean by help?
I get it.
What do you mean by help? What types of help?
I'd have reached out to somebody who could teach me how to deal with civilians.
Okay.
You know, they don't tell you when you get out that you're not going to know where you stand with these people. You can't talk to them like you do people in the military, and as soon as you do, you get fired.
Yep.
You're not getting shot at anymore.
I mean, that's got its ups and downs, I guess. Keeps you on your toes, you know.
Well, I mean,
True.
I'm lucky. The plant I work at, I can talk to people like I'm in the military when they're being fucking stupid.
What plant you work at?
It's Tokai Carbon on the other side of the river in Addis. It's a little bitty plant.
And that's what led me into doing construction when I got out. Construction's about the closest thing you'll ever get to a military unit. Because everybody knows their job, knows what's expected of them. And
they're held accountable for what the fuck they're supposed to do. Because, hey, man, I told you to do this. I can't do my job till you do yours. What the hell's going on?
And if you got thin skin, you're not going to last.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And then I got to the point, I'm 42 years old now. I can't labor like I used to.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had to move into something different.
That makes sense.
Construction crew. They're going to go get it done. There's no drama. Not a lot of time to sit and talk about what just happened.
No. Get the job done. Time's money.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you into now?
I'm actually learning to be a land surveyor.
Okay.
I've been doing it since I moved down here in August.
Yes, indeed.
And I'll tell you what, I love it. I think I
Really?
might have finally found my calling.
Awesome.
I've been bouncing around jobs for 20 years. I've done everything from digging wells to boiler making. And I finally found something I like.
Yeah.
Tried on a bunch of hats, and this is the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and I like to move around.
Okay. Well, I mean, that definitely gives you the opportunity to move around.
Yeah, I've worked all over the country.
Not very much money surveying the same land in the same spot, huh?
No, but I get to move around a lot in Louisiana anyway, surveying.
Yeah.
That goes for any state you go to.
Yeah.
Take the same skills, go wherever you need to go.
Man, it's a fun job. And
I think a lot of
it's
people
something
like
I can
to
be
hear.
proud of.
Yeah,
Cool.
I shoot somebody out maybe listening to that now about how much that's impacted you in a positive way.
Yeah, and I'm working for a really great family-oriented company that takes care of their people.
It's important.
I've been there like almost 4 months. The guy that's been there the least amount of time than me has been there 5 years.
Wow.
And after that, the guy's been there like 15 years. And these people just don't leave because they love the company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
This is long term.
Yeah, they're great people to work with. They've taken me under their wing, and they're teaching me how to do a valuable skill. I love it.
That's great. Yes, indeed.
Sure beats the hell out of swinging a hammer.
Yep.
I'd imagine so.
Yes, indeed. So, you're out. When you get out, are you back in Indiana at this time?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got family, or do you try to get back into the job force?
Yeah, I mean, get me through your jobs. How'd you end up in Louisiana? Like your locations of doing things, and like the resources that were available in different kind of states, and then like what kind of resources did you jump in, like your veteran resources, and what do you wish you'd have known sooner?
I didn't go to the VA and try to claim anything until after I was already married and my wife made me.
Yeah.
I was going through some rough stuff, and I was drinking a lot, and me and her got into it one night, and I said, screw this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning in a hotel, and she had called every hotel in town to find the one I was staying in. When she was sitting at the foot of my bed, it's like, we got to go to the VA.
You got to get something done now.
And so I went up there, started talking to a therapist, and then it was still a struggle after that.
Of course it is.
10 years just not giving a damn about anything.
Yeah.
Especially after our divorce.
Nothing's making a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, the divorces are hard. You you build something, and then all of a sudden it's getting torn apart, and you thought you didn't have anything, but having half of what you had before is really nothing.
And it was a rough 10 years.
Yeah.
But Indiana was, well, not to get political or anything, but there have been certain presidents who really take care of the vets.
Yeah.
And certain presidents who just let it go to the wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And
yeah.
I'm not the greatest fan of Louisiana VAs.
I don't blame
I've
you.
not had a good experience down here with them.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, there seems to be a disconnect in certain organizations that claim that is their key point and role. They don't seem to feel it. It seems like every time one of them gets into a position where they're actually helping somebody, they remove them and put them somewhere else real quick.
Yeah.
To me, it seems that way.
Well, it seems like anybody who ends up in the system that's quality very quickly has other opportunities to go and move along and make better money in Louisiana than staying in that system. And you can't fault the doctors for doing that, but with all the resources and the fact of us having all these medical schools and everything else, you think we'd have a feeder system into our veteran organizations to be able to have a better ran VA facilities with the fact, you got LSU Medical School, you got Tulane and everything else. I mean, you got that big center down there by Tulane. You got to be able to get some of these bottom end students into the centers to like take care of us on the very bare minimum. You know what I mean?
So you thinking it's all just a kind of a replacement and moving around and growth?
Well, between that,
is there any intention to it, moving people?
I don't think
a story that's weird.
I don't think there's any intention.
JT, you know who you are, John. He was one that was at the vet center in Baton Rouge, not with the VA, and he was cracking out VA claims like flapjacks at McDonald's, and he soon got a reputation. Guess who hired him? The VA. Now he sits at the VA doing what they want to do. I find that kind of scrupulous at the very least.
Yeah.
Well, I have met some people along the way, though, that genuinely, you can just tell by talking to them, they genuinely love helping veterans.
Yes.
And those are the ones that make it tolerable.
Well, and
God bless all of them.
Yeah, there is that such group, the Pay It Forward group, the guy that I got help before. I'm going to do it, and it doesn't mean anything on a calculator to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to help you.
My buddies at Veterans Ed are educating veterans who are mostly Marines, and they
especially those guys. Yeah,
they definitely know everything ins and out and help people with claims like it's none of their business. And if you have any other questions, they'll kind of refer you to the correct resources to go. The same thing with all the websites Robert's attaching to our VFW page and different stuff like that. Like we're building these resources, which is awesome.
They're family oriented. They want to talk to you and know what's going on with you.
Yeah.
You're not a number. That's a great.
And I mean that brings us full circle to why these veteran organizations are important is because it gives us a spot to link up and be like, look, this was the spot to go here. Because our VFW is tight knit doesn't mean the VFW in Washington is good. You know what I mean? Just because of that one.
Yeah, I guess that brings back to that disconnect. Why where's the synchronicity there?
Well, I mean,
missing.
Look, we had to make our own webpage. The VFW doesn't even come down from corporate and be like, hey, look, here's your stuff to make a webpage. Here's what we recommend on it, and yada yada yada. But this is your own stuff to put your own stuff.
That makes so much common sense.
Why?
Too much.
They take a large percentage of all of our dues, and everything else goes up the chain.
I'll tell you what I really appreciate is the
talk about that
emails y'all put out, the updates and the stuff like that I've been getting from you guys. That stuff's really helpful. It
takes a lot of people. That's where I get back to that one damn word about disconnect.
Yeah.
Like, why are we disconnecting away from something that's happening? There's a great group of people behind there, Tim and Robert, and they're putting in countless hours going over what's going to be a direct line of communication to guide somebody and not misguide them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that goes into that. Why wouldn't these groups... That's what I found in Louisiana.
Because all it takes is a little bit of simple feedback and listening to your base, But I mean, it's like right now we don't know who we're talking to. We don't know who's on the other end of this until they reach back out to us and subscribe on YouTube and leave us a comment or do something along those lines, so that then we know, hey, look, this is who we're talking to. This is the type of information they need.
Yeah, most definitely. So we're getting a lot of that. That Louisiana guy, you guys need to step up your game. You need to say less and do more.
That's everybody in every instance. I mean, everybody knows where they are personally falling short, and they're not doing the due diligence of what their job titles are.
It's like you said, if it's one person that's going to be doing it, it's that person that's going to do it. And I get this in organizations because I've been around here so long and I've been involved with them. One doesn't even want to work with the other. I don't know about them guys.
I believe it.
It's like this.
So how was recruit training prior to 9/11?
I don't. You know what? I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it, huh?
I mean,
was it mentally tasking?
It was the physical part. I came in so worried that I wasn't going to be able to handle the physical part of it.
You were a wrestler. You knocked out all them pull-ups. You should have no physical problem whatsoever.
Well, I'd heard all these horror stories. I didn't spend any time in the poolies.
Okay.
So I got my stories from my recruiter, who turned out to be a freaking air winger. Love you, air wingers.
Swinging with the wing here, baby.
Yeah, I didn't find that out until afterward. Well, I had wanted to be EOD. And he didn't tell me that not only do you already have you have to already be in the Marine Corps, but then you have to pass one of the hardest schools the Marine Corps has. It's got like the highest attrition rate.
Yes.
He didn't tell me all that. He said it's full. I was like, what's the next best thing? Infantry.
Yeah, infantry go down.
Mother. I got to play with C4 once. I was in the middle of 29 palms.
It's addictive, let me tell you. You was wrestling, you were going in, so you started getting up with the running. Was he suffering from that any? The running side of it? It picked itself up.
The worst part of being able to run for me was when they took all 4 of my wisdom teeth out the same day. And made me run a PFT the next day. That's the only time I ever had trouble running.
What a story, man. Holy moly.
I got a half a day of bed rest and Motrin.
That's the Marine Corps. Here's some Motrin. This PFT day.
They said, we can give you pain pills, but you got to go back and train it. Hell no, man. I was in week 7, week 8. I ain't no way I'm going back another week.
You're not going to roll me all the way back to first phase. Ain't happening.
That's the part about the civilian life you didn't catch. Every time you turn around, there's some alpha male going, I hurt my finger, and you go back to that store, and you're like, yeah, okay.
Well, hell, man, you patched me up the other day, remember?
Oh, how's that looking up? Coming out good?
I did it again.
Oh, you busted
that one looks pretty good. No, I cut myself again.
What it is with those knuckles, man, right there, they don't heal the best.
No, they don't.
Especially when you use them on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, huh?
But I'm over there trying to put super glue on. He's like, dude, give me that. Let me see what we can do.
Put that medical training in on him. Thank you, Sam Houston. Cool. Yes, indeed. So recruit training, you've gotten through it. Everything's going well. You're in the ethos of being a warrior. And at this time, elementary what state are you in, and maybe a date about before you deploy, when before you push the ball. I think you said it was a short time between those time, right?
Yeah, I went to the recruiter in April. I was in boot camp May the 5th.
And then right after that was the push.
I did my 10 days of boot leave.
6-7 months.
And I was still in receiving for infantry school when 9/11 happened. I hadn't even dropped to a platoon to train yet.
Yeah.
But it started, you know how it goes wartime. They're all like, oh, you're probably not going to be able to finish training. We're going to ship you guys out right now.
Jerking your chain.
So the training went from hey, we're just sitting around on Saturdays to let's move it, boys.
Yeah.
How are we going to get there? Yeah.
And that was back
no,
when
no down days during training. Now that we've done up the size of the Marine Corps we want and everything else, we're trying to push you through so we can get the next wave of people trained.
And that was
ready to
back
roll.
when they were still allowed to run you up Mount Motherfucker. And so we had this really long-legged lieutenant. Like 2 of his strides was like 6 of mine, and I could not keep up with that dude.
Run you into the dirt.
Oh my God! But he did add about a minute to my PFT score.
Nice. Gotta love the PT score.
And
jumping up.
I did infantry school, went to LAV school, got sent out to Camp Lejeune, met some of the best guys I've ever met in my life. Still talk to a lot of them on a regular basis.
That's good, man.
Yeah, that camaraderie it's real.
And I think because we were still under that, America was still, God bless the USA, but they were still what we love about America, and so we all had this fighting spirit about us. It's like we've got a purpose to what we're doing.
I want to believe that everybody who joins the military has that purpose and that spirit about them, and I mean, you're talking maybe 2-3% of the country that ends up serving. So I want to believe it is those people, and that's, despite what their political views are,
right.
you're able to meld, mesh, and join and become this team who's ready to effectively go into combat and execute whatever needs to be executed.
Yeah, we have a lot of that in common. We got a lot of naysayers, and haters are always going to be haters anyway. That's all they do is hate. Yeah. They're going to say you went over there and deployed for this reason and that reason and whatever's what, but those guys have freedom in us.
Hey, as long as they subscribe, right. Hate all you want, follow me.
I joined in peacetime. I was joining for the college money.
Right.
I didn't know we were going to start a war or nothing.
Oh.
You like that red, white, and blue flag.
Oh, man.
So when Lee Greenwood starts singing, I know you're listening.
So after you got out, you went to law school, huh?
No, that was before. No, I didn't go to law school. I went to like 1 semester of pre-law requisites, and I spent more time partying than I did going to class.
Awesome.
And so I'm working.
You sound like a Marine already.
Yeah. So I'm working in a grocery store thinking, what in the hell am I doing with my life right now? Me and my best friend are like, let's join the military.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then that started the best 4 years of my life.
You give me fever over here talking about all these drinking days. Keep rolling back in my head thinking about 3-day weekends of drink to PT.
That's
drink
it.
To drink to PT.
I got drunk in North Carolina one time and woke up in Panama, Florida, in the front seat of my Mustang. I didn't drive down there, but my buddies let me think they did, or I did. they let me think I drove 8 hours in the middle of the night. It was Easter weekend. I think we had like a 96.
Yeah.
And a bunch of guys went down to Panama, Florida, and some of us were like, I'm not driving that far. And I wake up the next morning looking at palm trees. What the hell?
In Panama. Yeah, there's
not
definitely
Panama.
no
I'm sorry. It was Daytona. It was
all the way down to Daytona Beach.
It was the end of bike week and the beginning of spring break.
Okay, yeah, right before the 4th of July. Yeah.
No, it was Easter weekend.
Oh, okay.
Or just at the weekend after Easter or something like that. We had a 96 for some reason. I don't remember what it was.
All you guys talked about was the beautiful women of Daytona, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, man, Daytona is beautiful. Daytona's beautiful. You actually have real waves. I mean, it's awesome.
And Marines in North Carolina are spoiled. We had Myrtle Beach there, too.
Yes.
They have 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So we always had somewhere fun to go.
I've got to make it up there. Yep, it's on the tip of my checklist.
Was that North Carolina?
North Carolina, Myrtle Beach. And I've been to North Carolina. I was in Jackson, but I wasn't there on pleasure. I was there on business. Yeah,
the worst thing about flying is when you go through any of them airports in North Carolina, you see all them damn high and tights.
Oh, man. Boots.
You see them motivated boots.
Freaking boots.
Ready to go into MCT and SOI. You see them all motivated in their greens. That's awesome. Put a smile in my face. A layover watching all the boots come up and hug each other and say hey. And
I tell you, I am proud to be from the generation that still learned to shine boots, though.
Right? Yeah.
And press my uniforms.
Yeah. I think I'm still going to teach my son that when I get a chance. I got a set of boots in that closet over there. He's going to learn how to get a lighter on them.
I've taught my son.
Right on.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the traditional way. Keep them boots nice and tight, like a mirror.
Any final words of wisdom, Tim?
Oh, man, no.
Not at all.
I don't think I have too much wisdom to share.
What you got, KG?
28, you want to dive off into something along the same lines? And
we'll jump into another one. Okay. What you got?
Nothing. I just want to thank everybody for being with us today and tuning in. And I hope that a lot of our candid conversations bring you back to a place you were at. If you got any comments about what we said today, or maybe you was in a place that we were in, leave a comment below. Talk about Tim's beard or something like that. I like comments like that. So,
there we go.
You, babe?
Thanks for having me,
man.
y'all.
Hey, subscribe, follow us, leave some comments. Help us become the resource that you want for others, by doing all those things. Help us become the resource that you've been looking for and you've been striving for, and help others get a hold of all those facts.
We're still serving.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
If you need more information on veterans benefits, please visit our website at vfwpost4224.org. That's Victor Foxtrot Whiskey, post4224.org. All of our contact information is in the description of the video. Please email us if you have any questions. We now have a moment of silent prayer for those still in the battle, for our departed comrades, for those missing in action, and for those held as prisoners of war.